Also, can you please tell me, and of course to those that are going to be watching this video, what the Shield of Faith Fellowship of Churches Prosperity Initiative is all about? Tell us, how did we come to this place in our fellowship?
All right, thank you. All right, praise the Lord, everybody. Marty and I are making this for you to make sure that we're on the same page about a number of important things. We've entered into a season where we're calling it the Prosperity Initiative, and the idea is simply to put a stronger financial foundation into the fellowship. I want to start by making sure you all know, and that you know, Pastor Marty, there's no debt. We don't owe anybody anything. Nothing's wrong. There's no crisis whatsoever. I don't like to operate out of crisis mode, and I know you don't either. So start by understanding there's no crisis. What we are trying to do is create financial strength for the fellowship to increase our options and give us the opportunity to do more things.
Excellent, wonderful. So you are asking all of the pastors, jurisdictional leaders, and bishops to do what?
Okay, here's what we're asking. We're asking everybody to do your part. That's the best way to put it. And that's kind of a loose way to describe. What we desire is that the churches should tithe. Mm-hmm. We also encourage you to give an offering as you see fit. But here's how we've come to this point. When we started our fellowship, brothers and sisters, we did not emphasize money, and we did that on purpose because we didn't want you or anyone to think that we were just doing something just to generate finances. That's cynical, that's fleshly, that's ungodly. That's not what this fellowship is about. So for years, we underemphasized, I want you to hear that word, we underemphasized finances. So we created a kind of a loose environment where a few of the people were faithfully tithing on a regular basis. And some were giving from time to time, some were giving very sporadically, and some, Pastor Marty, I hate to say, we're not giving at all. Mm-hmm. So in the past couple of weeks, brothers and sisters, you should have received in your email an email from Pastor Jokina, from the fellowship office, that calls us to a higher level of performance and accountability. I should also tell you, you'll be getting a hard copy piece of mail in your mailbox sometime probably within the next week or so. That will be the same thing that you received as an email.
Excellent. Now, what are some of the other things that we're going to do to either notify or keep up with the pastors to see about their giving patterns?
Yeah. Pastor Marty, she asked that question to introduce the fact that she's going to be the one that's going to be interacting with you. She'll be interacting with Dr. Luther McKinstry, who is the leader of our revenue department. His job is not to handle spending, but to get as much financial support coming into the fellowship as possible. So Pastor Marty and Dr. McKinstry will be interacting with one another. Pastor Marty, you'll be interacting with the bishops and jurisdictional leaders, so they know how the pastors under your oversight are doing. And then when appropriate, you're going to be interacting with the individual pastor. Okay. So brothers and sisters, you're going to be getting something in the mail periodically to let you know how you're doing. Now, it's not a bill. It's not to be critical or unappreciative, but it is to inform you, because sometimes we may want to look at what we're doing and feel like, I really could do a bit better than that. Right. And so that's what the communication is all about. Does that answer, touch all the bases, Pastor Martin?
Yeah, I think I have one other question. I believe there are several methodologies of which the pastors can use to send in their money.
Right.
One is we're redoing the website,
right,
and I believe push pay will be put on the website. They
Correct.
can just go to the website,
Yep.
go to push pay, and that's one way where they can send their money.
Yep.
Another way would be for them to download Givelify.
Right.
Download Givelify and look for Shield of Faith Fellowship
Right.
of Churches. Of course, you can send a check to the headquarters church, 1750 West Holt in Pomona.
Yeah.
And
you can walk right in the office and bring cash. A wheelbarrow full of money would be fine. We'll receive your support any way the Lord puts it in your heart. But we will give you options. We'll give you internet options, smartphone options, of course, postage and so forth and so on. And if any of that is not clear to you, just call the office. Minister Hayes and Pastor Jokina will make that very clear to you. I want to say, Pastor Martin, before we begin to conclude, we love you much more than we love your money.
Most definitely.
Don't break relationship with us over money. This is not to badger you. And the scripture says every man has the purposes in his heart, so let him give. Now, when we talk about tithing, We're talking about not your individual tithing, because I tithe individually to my church.
Right.
Pastor Marty tithes to Pomona Church. But we're talking about church tithing. As the Lord blesses you, you know, if you can take 10% and send it to bless the work of the Lord
The sum
in
total
Africa.
of your church
Sure.
income.
Yeah, the church income.
Right.
To Africa, Europe, Mexico, around the country, around the world. There's so much that's being done. We're getting spectacular results.
Yes,
And if
yes.
you are not able to do anything financially, call me and let me know. I won't give you a hard time. We love you more than your money. Don't break fellowship with us over this focus. That's not what we're trying to do. Does that answer all the questions that we should answer?
Most definitely. Just one last thing I want to say. We're praying for you.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be blessed by tithing. It is a spiritual principle.
Yeah.
And we teach it to the members of our church. And it's good for you to tithe to your overseer, to your fellowship strength. And we're praying for you, and you're going to be blessed.
Every morning, about 120 of the saints pray for you on the prayer line.
Yes.
But I want you to know that I labor before the Lord for you. I pray for you individually. I, as Apostle Alexander, I call your name out before the Lord
Right.
just about every day. We owe you that, and we're doing that.
Yes.
God bless you. Thank you for being a part. Greatest fellowship in the world.
God
Thank
bless
you for what you contribute.
We love you.